So, I'm Patrice, the Gothic Housewife, and a lot of people have been wondering where I've been. Well, I've been all around the block. There's one thing that I have to say for sure is that I'm always someone who's talking about how important it is to know who you are and to disregard what other people say about you. And just as long as you know who you are, you should be able to stand strong. But I'm here to tell you that you can get to a place where you kind of lose yourself. And that's what happened to me. While everything was going wonderful, as far as what I've been doing in my businesses and things like that, I was in a terrible, terrible marriage. And I just got to the point where I allowed the marriage to consume me so much that I just wanted to just stop everything, stop all my businesses, stop everything, because I didn't want to put all of my energy into that when I knew that the marriage was failing. I wanted the marriage to be over, and then I knew that I would be free to be able to progress forward. There were a lot of things that happened in the marriage that prevented me from being the best that I could be. And unfortunately, it took me basically, it was a hard way to go in order to figure that out for myself. But I'm glad to say that I figured it out. And now I'm back and I'm going to be doing more videos. I'm going to be building out my businesses in so many other ways, helping other women and people be able to build out their own businesses as well. One of the things I also know is when you do lose yourself for a minute, that is like the worst hell that you could possibly be in, because you don't know which way you're going, what you're supposed to do next. And what's important to keep in mind is that no matter how hard things get in your life, try so hard as you can to hold on to that one little glimpse of who you know you are, because you're going to need it. That marriage totally consumed me so much, not to the point where I wanted to just put everything in it. It's that I knew what I was dealing with, and I knew that I just didn't want to have the kind of success in my businesses until the marriage was done, because I couldn't trust the person I was in the marriage with, and I couldn't trust the fact that everything was going to be fine if I continued moving forward with two things going at once. I had to end one of those things and put the other on hold until I feel I was freed up. Something else that I learned on this journey is that I've done multiple businesses, and being able to be myself has always been a key thing that I've talked about. And I'm sure if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll know that I'm so into, again, being yourself, being your authentic, true self, and who you are comfortable being. And I spoke about another business where I did a lot of interior decorating and design. And I was saying how I felt like I couldn't be myself. But one of the things that I figured out is I was being myself, just like I'm being myself right now. A theme that I've been thinking about over the last couple of months is I never had to choose. You don't have to choose. If there are things that you want to do in your life and they seem to be on two different ends of the spectrum, do them. You don't have to choose. And that seems to be a running theme that I've been thinking about the last couple of months. And an example of this, again, is the fact that being that I am a woman who is very comfortable with who I am, be it goth, I love it, be it interior design and decor, real estate, I love all of that. Those are all attributes of me. And it's okay to be all of those things because I'm all for versatility and being able to find those things that you're good at and that you excel at and just going all in on those things. So my reminder to you is that you do not have to choose. Regardless, as I said, different ends of the spectrum, if they're your interests, that's a part of who you are. And that's what you enjoy. And you just knock it out and do the best that you can at it because there's no one else that's going to be able to do it for you. You can slam it. You can do it. Just believe in yourself and put your all into it. I think too many times in society, people will put you into a box. And when you get into that box, it's like, wait a minute. If you're not going in knowing who you are and holding on to those attributes of yourself to remind yourself who you are, it's going to be a sloppy, hot mess. And again, I was there. I was totally there, even though I knew who I was. But I think because I kept putting things to the side and saying, I'm going to deal with this particular thing at one time and then pick it up at another time, that was not the best thing that I could have done. I feel like I should have continued just being who I am and deal with the issues and things that came my way as a separate entity. You don't have to choose. And if anybody tells you that you do, don't believe it. Go all in on all of those things about you that you love. Do those things that make you feel good about yourself and things that you know that you're good at. Don't feel like you have to be in one box because we're not built like that. And especially one thing that I know is when it comes to being a goth woman, no one should put you in a position to where you have to choose. And also, no one should put you in a position to where they define who you are either. That's key, for sure. I am not your average woman, and I'm also someone who is very, very intuitive, which I know a lot of my people that are in my group or that follow me are intuitive as well. And that is like one of the most amazing, incredible things that you can be, because that is where you'll find your strength and all the answers that you need in order to solve any kind of issue or dilemma that you come across. Perspective. Perspective is very important as well. Your point of view is not going to be everyone else's, but just be open to know that you're in a position to where you can look at things at a different angle and come up with solutions that way too. I don't want this video to go on where I'm rambling, but this was just something that I really wanted to talk about. This is so silly. So the main theme here is, you don't have to choose. It took me going like straight to freaking hell and back to figure that out. Be yourself always. I thought that know who you are and know who your true authentic self is. Because when you do, you'll see that there's so many different parts of you that are so absolutely amazing, even though they may look completely different from other parts of you, but they all make up you. And that's the best part about it all. One thing that's going to sound really crazy, I'm sure, because it sounded crazy to some people. The other day, I said something. I said that I wanted to be treated with respect because I am an empress. Do you know where the hell that made me end up? What the hell is that? And I'm not joking. I'm just saying, when people look at you and you know who you are, no matter how much you stand by who you are and what you're all about, the fact is there's always going to be someone who tries to knock you down or say that's not acceptable. And the truth of the matter is it's absolutely acceptable because that's who the hell I am. And if I want to walk around and demand respect that way, then that's my business. But there's no one that should be able to tell you that you can't be the person that you believe that you are. And you have to remember that. So if you like what you've heard so far, I invite you to subscribe and become a part of the family. As I'm building out this channel, I'll be talking about a lot of different things, how to actually build businesses from your passion so that you don't have to rely on working for someone. You'll be able to basically live wherever you want to live in the world while you have online businesses. And also important topics about being true to who you are, being able to live your true, authentic self, and not allowing people to dictate who you are and put you in a box. Because, you know, many of you that follow me, I've gotten to know a lot of you, and I know for sure that you don't fit into a box. You are very diverse, you're amazing, and you have so many talents. And you want to make sure that you're able to show that and be able to benefit from it, profit from it, and teach other people how to do it in your family. That's the goal. So again, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to be sure that you are notified when I put up new videos. Take good care. I am the Gothic Housewife.